Just a little bit of information about this next video. Kelly and I made this video a couple of weeks ago now. We have been trying to find a really good lardy cake recipe, and this is a really good one. But we do have another one which we'll be showing you very soon. Now, in this recipe, the first time we made it, a couple of things happened. It didn't come out quite as I wanted it, and the second time I made it was much better, and I'll explain why. Do not use tins that have a loose bottom, okay? Which is what we did on this video. You won't see the result. The result was fine, but what happens is that, well, one, you'll get a very messy oven because all the lard and all the sugar kind of mixes, but it then gets very runny and pours out the bottom. So we lost some of the caramelization that we wanted. So I went and bought some of the silicone versions of these tins. Now, they are brilliant. I will say the silicone version is fantastic, and I've made this recipe a second time only a few days ago. Came out so much better because the cake actually cooks in the kind of syrupy goo as opposed to the syrupy goo running away. It was also even better the next day because some of the very hard bits of the caramel are softened up on the sides. So give this one a try. Also, if you decide to use silicone, I don't think you need to actually put the greaseproof paper in and grease the bottom because the silicone just allowed the cakes to pop out straight away. But if you're going to use normal tins, normal metal tins, make sure you put the lining in and obviously grease them well, etc. But do not use loose bottom tins. Anyway, let's crack on with the video. Hi everybody, welcome to Big OGGIE World. Today we're going to make a fantastic cake. Just going to let Kelly finish off the dishes. I know. And we'll get these ingredients put together. Oh, it's going to be a good one. You're going to love this. Today we're going to make lardy cake. Good morning. How are you doing? Dishes all done, nicely clean, are they?
Yeah, ready to go.
I will say, I actually did the dishes and Kelly was drying them up. Whilst you were still in bed. What can I say? It's early morning. This is quite a long recipe, mainly because there's lots of waiting.
Yeah, okay. We're back to a bread type recipe.
Yeah, it's a dead simple recipe.
It just needs to rise.
Yeah. Today we are going to make lardy cakes. Now, you love a lardy cake, I love a lardy cake. We've got some people who watch, and I know they love lardy cake. When I used to live in Gloucester, it was one of the best things we could get. And you say when you were living in Bristol, it was fantastic where you could get it. So you're a bit nervous about this because you're hoping this is going to be like a Bristol one, but I know this is the Gloucester recipe. We shall see. Okay, well, this recipe is from Hobbs Bakery. If you live in Gloucester, in the Gloucester-Cheltenham area, you'll know Hobbs Bakery. They've been going for donkey's years. And this is, I think, about a 90 or 100-year-old recipe going down the generations. Found it online, but it's also been on the Baker Boys, I think it's Fabulous Baker Boys TV show some years ago as well. But it's the same recipe. So, dead simple, really. First of all, we're going to make the actual dough. Okay, and then we'll go back and do all the odds later. So let's get the dough started. So we need 175 mils of lukewarm water. Yeah. Yeah. To that, we're going to add a sachet of yeast. They're saying 5 grams. It's 7 in a sachet nowadays. So there we go. Going to mix that up. Just let it do its thing for a minute, or let them do their thing. There's lots of them.
There we go. Leave that for a second.
Okay. Now, it wouldn't be lardy cake without lard.
No.
We had to get lard from Morrison's.
Yes.
Because they don't think you do it in Sainsbury's.
I actually think you can get it. I think the problem, because we couldn't get dripping, we can't get dripping
right,
in Sainsbury's, but you can get lard.
So, lardy cake is basically a simple dough with lard and sugar mixed together and then coated all in it and fruit. Okay, so there's a little bit of lard in the actual dough itself. Yeah. So it's 50 grams of lard. I can't off the top of my head remember how many. I think 275 grams, I believe, of strong bread flour and a pinch of salt.
Obviously, you need salt because we're not using butter, so there's no salt in any of that.
No, and there's nothing in lard. Well, I know.
Not salt-wise, no.
Not like salted butter or anything. So the lard goes in as well.
The lard's obviously soft. You need it at room temperature. Don't get it out
We left
your
this
fridge.
overnight. if you haven't got yours at room temperature, we will show you later. There's we need a lot of lard for the next section, and that needs to be very soft or pretty soft, so that you can even microwave that a bit, or put it in a little bain-marie over water just to soften it down if you need to. Is that ready to go in?
The yeast is ready.
Pop it in.
Just don't want to waste any, that's the thing.
Just stabbing them with a fork, the poor little devils.
I'm stirring them up, getting them all excited.
Okay, so you can mix this by hand and then pop it onto your table, tiny bit of flour oil, and then you can knead it for 15 minutes. This is a bakery recipe. There ain't no way they're kneading stuff by hand.
No.
So we're going to use the mixer, 10 minutes for the dough hook. Okay?
Be back.
In about 10 minutes. Okay, darling, so we've done, looks like elastic dough. So whilst Kelly fiddles with getting that off the dough hook, in Gloucester they make these slightly differently to how you remember them. In Bristol they're in big trays, aren't they?
Yep.
In Hobbs's bakery you tend to find them in round, kind of medium sized, almost bun shapes.
Look at that, beautiful dough.
Very good. So the reason for that is because they're using these 15cm cake tins. We need 2, okay? So we have lined these and greased these. I'm showing you a picture of what Kelly did with these earlier. Put them to one side. We'll need them in a while. Now, the dough is here, it's lovely, it's elastic. Put it back into a bowl, cover it in cling film, make it nice and tight so the air doesn't leak on it at all. We're going to do a couple of layers, and then pop it somewhere warm.
Don't make cling film clingy anymore.
No, we've noticed this problem, don't we? Put it somewhere warm for, well, until it doubles in size, or for an hour, whichever is first, okay? So we're going to do that. We'll come back. If you want to know how to do, speed up a bit the process with warming cabinets, etc., we did discuss this on a video we've just recently done.
We did.
Didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Which
but
was?
Actually, it's quite warm today.
Which bun?
It was the saffron buns.
Saffron bun, that's right. So hopefully when you see the saffron bun video, I'll put a link above if I remember to put it on. That will tell you how to do it using an oven. But it's quite warm today and summer is coming. So hopefully you won't need to worry about it. Allegedly. We'll see you in a short while. About an hour.
I will use my spatula.
Spatula, that one. Right, so whilst Kelly is just cutting up the lard, ours is fairly soft at the moment, so we don't need to really warm it up a bit. If your lard has been out the fridge or it's been a cold day, then just stick it in a bowl above some little hot water in a saucepan, just to soften it down a little bit. Okay?
You don't need to melt it though.
No, it's just got to be soft, like a paste. We are now currently making a paste, like I said. 200 grams of lard, which is pretty much one packet in Morrison's anyway.
They make the packs smaller. They were 250 like butter.
Yeah, like everything else. So it's kind of weird economy of scale stuff, isn't it?
So if you do get a 250 gram one, make sure you take 50 off.
And 250 grams,
Sorry.
Right. Continue to do that.
I had to.
Of golden caster sugar. We're using golden caster sugar because we like it, but caster sugar is fine. And we're going to mix that in the mixer, or by hand with a spoon if you wish. You're basically creaming together butter and sugar, but actually we're creaming together lard and sugar.
Yeah, if you're going to do it with a spoon, wooden spoon. Wooden
spoon, yeah. So it's take a little while. The dough is nearly ready, which is why we're getting this bit done. Okay, so let's get this sorted and we'll bring the dough over. Right then, so your dough is now doubled in size. So we're going to take it out of the bowl. Did you do anything to the bowl? Did you oil it or anything? I
slightly greased the bowl.
Just to make it easier to get out. There we go.
Clean bowl.
Clean bowl. The idea now is because you're making 2, you cut this in half. Okay. And then you make a ball. Voila. Might be like a bun actually.
That's not a ball.
Right.
A bowl is like that.
There you go. You make a ball. Look, we're gonna roll it out.
Exactly, so it doesn't need to have creases in it.
She did say, should we do one each? Doesn't look like we're going to. Right, so you now have 2 balls of dough. Now your tins are 15 centimetres round, so we need 20 centimetre discs, approximately, okay?
Right.
Make sure your table or whatever you're using, your work surface is well floured and your rolling pin, because it's not that sticky, the dough, but
it's a lovely dough actually.
It's really good, it's very fine.
Really nice to work.
So once you've rolled these into 20 centimetre discs, we'll come back, because that's when the fun really starts. Right then darling, for filming purposes I've gone to the phone so I can show close up what's going to go on.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your paste that you've now made and you're going to spread it onto the rounds. So slight delay, although you won't see that because we've just rewarmed our paste up a little bit because it's just gone on a bit thick.
You need your paste to be quite soft at this point.
Movable, there's a plan, yeah.
Because your dough is so soft that it's actually moving with while I'm trying to spread paste.
So,
okay, so there's
you need
one.
to do two like this and make sure you've got enough spare because you're going to do it again, alright? So don't use all your paste at this point. Once we've done this bit, we'll tell you what to do next. So we're learning as we go.
We are.
So if you actually looked at how to do this in words, because I've only seen it done by text, I've not actually seen a video of how it's done, it's quite complex, but it's not really. Alright, so you're going to use which one? The one that was supposed to be mine, which looks a lot rounder than yours?
Well, it doesn't really make a difference because it's all got to come together.
So, assuming you have a pretty, well, it's supposed to be round, rounded-ish item, take one side and put it into the middle. Push it down. Now you have a flat and round. Now you just keep going round and round and round. Take each corner, in, push it down, in, push it down, in, push it down, in, push it down, in, push it down. Push it down with your palm, and you're done. Okay? That one needs to be rolled back up again. I'm going to roll it back out. Alright? So we'll just do the second one. Fold into the middle, take a corner, 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 take a corner. So now we've done the two rounds, we're going to roll it all out again. So it's literally doing the same thing twice, but we will be adding fruit into this time. So again, you roll this out, you're just creating layers and some beautiful sweet mixture in the middle.
My circle making is not brilliant, but it is kind of there.
In the end it will become more of a circle again when you do the final flourish, I guess, and it fits into the tin and it starts shaping. This will actually be left in the tins for quite some time to grow. Okay, so
okay, is that big enough?
Yeah, it's supposed to be about 20 centimetre again, so
can't be far off.
Right where you were before. This when you find out your dress is covered in flour later. Glad you didn't put a dark dress today.
It's fine, I do it for the love.
Well,
and if this comes out,
it's going to be the best thing ever for you, isn't it?
Oh my god. I've not had a Lardy cake in I don't even know how many years.
Well, we've seen them a few places. As we go on little trips, going to Dorset or various other places, you keep thinking you'll see a Lardy cake in the baker, so when you buy them, they're not.
They're not right.
They're not right. Of course, because I didn't actually know what Kelly's version of a Lardy cake was like, I didn't know her then, I don't know what is right for Kelly. But this looks pretty good, I think.
It looks like. Okay.
Now, you get your paste again, and you do exactly the same thing. So I'm going back to the other camera.
Okay, give me a minute, because I'm going to need to loosen
warm it up again, yeah. Yeah, we've noticed that the paste does tend to kind of solidify a little bit again. So again, we're just warming it up, putting it over a bowl of water, mixing up a little for a minute or so, and that kind of softens it down. It just makes it easier to work onto the dough. So as you can see, Kelly's already spread the paste on the first one, just putting some of the paste on the second one. We're going to leave some paste for the end. Now, recipes I've seen will say leave a tablespoon, but you can do a bit more than that. What do you think? Because we like the gooey bit. It's an important bit of a Lardy cake.
Absolutely.
So now you've done that, you get your fruit, your dried fruit. We're using a mixture of
raisins
and sultanas. You can use currants and sultanas, or raisins and, well, whatever. But dried fruit is the key thing here. About a handful of each. Knowing Kelly, she's got big hands. Actually, probably used my hands, didn't you? Did?
I used your hands.
You did, yeah. So sprinkle that on. Now this is when you find out that my hands are massive for what you need to do.
I don't think I've ever had something.
It didn't have enough. Well, sorry, it didn't have too much fruit.
God, there was too much fruit in that.
Yeah. True.
Right.
Okay, so
I think
now
that's pretty even, yeah?
Yep. And now you do the same as you did before. So now you are going to fold in again. So fold to the middle, pick an edge, fold that corner in, fold that corner in, fold that corner in, that corner in, that corner in, make it vaguely round. Lovely. That will do fine. Perfect. Press it down. That's fine. And the next one. Again, fold it in, use that edge, take your corner, take your corner, take your corner. Keep going around. It kind of makes a bit of a hexagon, really, I guess, in a way. Or that kind of shape. Dodecahedron, should we do one of those? No? 12 sides or 10 sides or whatever? Right. Now, you just roll it out to the shape of your tin, or the size of your tin.
Which, quite frankly, is probably about that.
Yeah, it's not far off, is it? So we'll get the tins over and take a look. You could probably just push this down, but
That's
rolling
what I'm
it
thinking.
helps.
I don't think you need to necessarily roll.
But
We will give it a little bit of a push, just so that...
Yeah, that's probably a bit big. Move that out of the way now. You're very good at putting things in the way of what you're trying to show. So, here are your 2 wonderful lardy cakes that will fit inside these tins. But you're now going to add some of this mixture into the bottom of the tins. That's a crucial part of a lardy cake. In fact, the most crucial part of a lardy cake.
And we need to spread that out, don't we?
Yeah, spread it out.
So I'm going to get a spoon to help me. Because I've got greaseproof paper in the bottom, this is going to slide.
So, we're back. Kelly is just finishing these. So there you go. So this is now coated, bottom and sides, okay? I see you're getting as much as possible out.
Absolutely, don't waste the goodness.
I did say, give me 15 seconds and then, you know, we'll do the next bit. But, oh, Kelly just needs the extra bit of the lardy bit, don't you? Right.
This is the best bit.
Well, say that, but there's one more little trick you need to do here. So you need to get yourself some more sugar, some more caster sugar.
Right.
And then just sprinkle some caster sugar into the bottom of each tin. There you go, love. Caster sugar.
Thank you.
There's no real measurement to this. I'll probably say just, you know, a tablespoon. But the idea is you just sprinkle some in the bottom so you have a bit of a sugary coating. Lovely, that's enough. Perfect.
There we go.
Now, no, it's perfect, honestly.
Yeah, there's just a gap there, that's all.
Can't get the sweet tooth out of the girl, can we, love? Right, so now you have your loaves, buns, cakes. Put them into these. Now what you do is the bit that you've folded up, even though you've rolled them, yeah, the crumpled up bit stays on the top.
Absolutely.
The smooth bit goes into the bottom of the tin, because that way it gets coated. That's perfect size.
My God, I couldn't have done that any better if I tried.
I won't show the next one, but that was perfect, love. So, just going to show you those again on the phone. Perfect. You must have the right measurements. There you go. Perfect measurement. Like you knew what you were doing. And quite frankly, we had no idea, did we? We were winging this, really.
We are winging it.
Right. So these now, they have to be covered again and left in a warm place for 2 hours. Two hours. Because what we'll do is they will kind of grow into the size of the tin, and then the dough will do more of whatever it does, proving, I guess.
Yeah, because we have really given this dough a good bashing. Yeah, so any bit of air that was in that dough, we have knocked out. So I'm going to cover them with the cling film that I used before.
Yep.
Loosely though, because I obviously
you're worried about if it grows, what's going to happen, but it's not supposed to end up 20 foot above the tin. It's just supposed to give itself some shape and body inside the tin itself.
Just to let some of the air go back into it.
Okay, so we shall see you in 2 hours, and then we'll explain about how you cook it. Right then, darling, so it's about 20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
The cakes, I keep wanting to call them drips, because we used to call them Lardy drips, but they've grown slightly.
Yeah,
which is
they've puffed back up.
Yeah, just a little bit low in one side. We think that's because of all the fruit in one bit.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. We're now going to preheat the oven to a strange amount.
What, 190 fan?
Yeah, 190 fan, 210 non-fan, which is gas mark 6.5.
Don't forget your half.
Don't forget the half. But we're also going to use one of these. It's a pizza stone.
This is a pizza stone or a bread stone, and it is made of ceramic. And you stick it in your oven and preheat it the same as you would. And for things like pizzas or breads,
yeah,
it works brilliantly because it's a heat source. So we're going to put the little tins directly onto the pizza stone whilst we're cooking. And the idea is, because this will be hotter than the fan oven that is circulating, it will help to caramelize the bottom of the tin.
Yeah, because that's the point. This is what makes the Lardy cake so good, is the kind of caramelly, syrupy, golden syrup lusciousness at the bottom of it.
Now the thing
which will be down the top.
It is, but it's not runny.
No,
that's the thing.
No, it's kind of
so when we
chewy.
turn them out,
It's like toffee.
Exactly. The top will then become the bottom. The bottom will be like a gooey, toffee, caramelly.
So the top,
unctuous,
so
bit.
So it has a really sticky top and sides.
Yeah.
It's a fruity bun with a really sticky top
Yeah.
and sides, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but this will help to kind of give that an edge, almost a crisp edge to it.
Yeah, it will help. If you don't have a pizza stone, you can use a heavy...
Yeah, another heavy base tin, another heavy base tray.
Like a tray, a baking sheet or whatever, as long as there's a heavy one so that it will conduct
But get it in the oven now.
But you need to preheat it when you preheat the
oven.
oven.
The idea is you don't want the oven just heat to circulate all around everything.
No.
You want it to be on the top and obviously straight through that base.
Exactly.
So
make sure you preheat your oven properly.
I'm going to pop that on, and then we'll be back in a little while to put them in. Well, love, what a pair of beauties that is. There you go. Absolutely. So they have risen quite well. We were wondering how much they'd rise, but they have actually puffed up quite a lot.
They have puffed up.
Yeah.
I will unwrap.
They are exactly what I expect them to look like, to be honest. That's what I remember seeing them in the
And I remember
shops.
the knobbly bits. I mean, they were never ever sort of flat and smooth.
No, but that's because you do them by folding it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to pop them in the oven. 45 minutes. They go in.
Because it's bread.
Yeah. So, okay, it's quite a high oven, 45 minutes until they are, well, golden brown, really.
Yeah. And then you can lift them out.
Slightly with a palette knife, just to check the bottom. But you don't really want to take them out. The idea then is once they're done, you bring them out, you cool them in the tins, because let's be honest, there's molten caramel stuff all on them. For about half an hour or so. And when they're vaguely warm, but they're still warm, you can
flip them onto
a greaseproof paper.
Yeah. Don't do it without greaseproof because it might be a bit
drippy.
Maybe.
Possibly. See, I remember in Gloucester, I told you before, there used to be a big petrol station, gas station, whatever you want to call them, and all the truck drivers used to come in every morning, and I'd be there to get my fuel and stuff, and the van would turn up and the back doors would open, these huge trays of this would turn up, just still hot, and they were cutting the slices out and just taking them on the forest. So hopefully this is going to be a good one. Pop them in the oven, love.
I'm going to whop them in.
Whop them in. We'll see.
On top of my pizza stone.
Yeah. Will we see these people in a while, or are we going to just show them pictures at the end?
I think we'll show them pictures at the end, but we will show them pictures of like when we turn them out and whatever.
So do you want to do an ending now?
We can do an ending now, John.
We'll do an ending now. Bye.
We're going to go and eat 2 larder cakes.
We are. We're not going to share.
No.
Honestly, I did actually say, shall I take one of these round to someone we know? And you went, no. No. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Please tell your friends. This is going to be a really good recipe. We will take pictures. if we could stand
if
weight.
this turns out the way I'm thinking it's going to turn out, there's going to be an awful lot of baking going on in this house for a while.
And there'll be a lot of lardy cakes. See you soon, everybody. It's going to be good.
Bye.